Are you a new real estate agent and trying a way to figure out to get leads without cold calling? Do you hate cold calling? Hey, I get it. I hate cold calling too and will not do it. So watch this video and I can show you how to get leads without cold calling. Thank you so much for being here. For more tips on how to use technology to better your real estate business, then please click on the subscribe button below and hit the bell to be notified of when I post a new video every Wednesday. So like I said at the start of the video, I hate cold calling. I tried it a couple times when I was new and it just was not my thing. I couldn't stand it, so I do not cold call at all. I despise it. I generate all my leads without cold calling. Well, it may be for some. I'm not knocking it. It's just not my style and I'm not comfortable doing it. So for you as a new real estate agent, you may be thinking you're at a huge disadvantage for lead generation, whereas I actually disagree. It's the exact opposite. Trying to put this the nicest way, but because you are new and you're not busy like an experienced realtor right yet, you will be, you've got lots more time in your hands. So you can take a lot more time to do some of these things, whereas experienced realtor, where they run off their feet with phone calls and messages and doing paperwork, they don't have all the extra time sometimes to do what I'm going to share with you today. Here we go. The first thing you need to remember when doing all this is content, content, content. Always remember content. If you're ever struggling for something to do, or you're bored, or you're wondering what can I do, content. Always remember content. So when you are planning things out, you can start thinking of things like community profiles, park reviews, go to your local schools, interview the principals, talk about why anybody would want to go to that school. You could do restaurant reviews. From there, you can branch off with so many things. So when you're doing community profiles, you can take one community, do a video on that, and then branch it off into different things about that community, like the parks. With the parks, don't just do one video on all the parks within your community. Do a top 10 list, a top 20 list, and do all those different parks right there. I mean, if you do a top 10 list, there's 10 weeks right there, and that's 2.5 months worth of content. So if you're doing once a week, again, with you, I recommend more, so you can fill more of that in, but just start whatever it is you're starting and just plan it out for the next year. Think about this few days, I'm going to do these, and then I'm going to do this, and just make a strategy of which ones you're going to do at first. Otherwise, you're going to be playing catch up and trying to think of what you can do. If you have it all planned out over the next year, and really it is easy, if you think of a few of these ideas with being, like I always say, the digital mayor in your community, just think of videos around your community and like I said, branch it off from there. When you think restaurant reviews, you could do top seafood places, top Italian, top burger joints. Chop those all up, and that, depending on the size of your community, you could have a year's worth of content just on restaurant reviews. So you can't give me that excuse that there's not enough content for a year, because when you break it down, really, it's easy. What are some content ideas that you have for your community? Comment below and let me know. So I know, and one of the next questions you're going to ask me is video. Well, don't I need a huge video production team or a bunch of expensive equipment to do this? And the answer is no. I mean, you could even start out with your phone if you want, or if you want an inexpensive camera you can't see, but I'm using right now, is the DJI Osmo Action, which you can see a video. I reviewed it here. And then from there, if you want to edit it, you can just use things like iMovie. Again, another video here that I did. So don't complicate it too much. The biggest thing is just getting started. If you don't get started, you're not going to grow from there. Too many people think of too many excuses like, I need this, I need that, and you don't. Just main thing, get started and you will progress from there. The biggest thing you want on all of this is just good quality content. It doesn't have to be, now when I say quality, it doesn't have to be like video production quality. It has to be like informative quality. If you can provide that, that is going to trump the crispness or the sound quality of a video by far. If you have really good image quality and sound, but your information is crap, then nobody's going to watch it. So like I said, when I talk about good quality information, just make sure it's informative. Now that you have all these ideas, the next thing is to implement this strategy. So you need to get out there, you need to start filming these videos. I recommend doing a bunch at once, so don't try to do, again, you're going to be doing more than once a week, I really hope, but just for the sake of explaining this, let's say you did one video a week and you were filming it one video a week, you're going to get burned out. So you need to think about over the next, say, 2 months, which videos am I going to do? Take all those videos and do them in one day. If you can do that, just block off one of your days. Now you can plan where to post them and everything. You're going to be far much further ahead, whereas if you're trying to catch up and do it every single day. My number one recommendation is putting these on your Facebook page. If you consistently put them on there, people are going to see it, they're going to start to share it, and you're going to grow your audience from there. If you're a huge Instagram person, I would leave your feed on Instagram more curated to the photos. You can see I did a video of that up here as well, and just leave a good theme for your Instagram. Still talk about your stories. Maybe with your stories on Instagram, you're doing behind the scenes. So, hey, we're out here filming this today. This is what it's all about. Here's kind of a behind the scenes. Then maybe you go to IGTV. Maybe you could create a series on there about local content with your community, and that could be your IGTV channel feed. From there, you could share that to your regular feed, but maybe just have a good cover photo for it to keep your feed consistent. You could also put these on YouTube. YouTube is great because it's searchable. It's owned by Google, #1 largest search engine in the world. Owns the 2nd largest search engine in the world. So if you can keep it on there and people search about what schools or what parks within your community, there's a good chance that your video will be found. Just remember, keep it consistent. So if you are posting once a day or once a week, make sure you stick with that consistency, because if people see the consistency and they can expect and know when you're going to show up, you're going to get a lot more followers because of it. Now, of course, this can all be done for very little money, which is amazing. The power now with social media, the things we can do without very much cost at all, was unheard of back then. You had to have quite a massive advertising budget to get out there. Now you don't have to do that. But if you do have somewhat of a budget and you want to take all these ideas and really put some fuel on the fire, then I highly recommend Facebook ads. They have been huge for me. You need to learn how to use Facebook ads. They're going to be major in your lead generation. You can even watch a video that I created on Facebook ads. So imagine you create all this content and then you are advertising to a certain demographic within your community. Maybe it's something to do with the local sports venue or whatever, and then people are scrolling through their feed and all of a sudden you're advertising to sports people and they see this, that you're talking about this venue, and they're like, oh, that's the place in our community, and they stop to watch it. And then maybe a couple days later they see you reviewing a park. Just think of the power of that. People are seeing your video, you're putting it out in front of them, they're watching it, they're loving the content, they're sharing it, they're now liking your page, and you're just growing more of an audience, and you're really staying top of mind. It's like anything else that we do as consumers. You may be doing something one day and then a month later you forgot about it, but if it's top of mind and you see it again and it reminds you, oh yeah, I remember about that now, you're gonna maybe have a better chance of following up on it. So if people can see you and keep seeing you as the local realtor in your community, it doesn't matter whether you're brand new in the business or you're 10 years in the business. Nobody knows that anymore. It doesn't matter as much. If you're providing the good quality content and they keep seeing it and seeing you over and over and over, they're gonna be like, man, I see this guy everywhere. He must be really successful. Trust me, again, it's top of mind stuff and it really does work. Now that you know what you need to do to get more leads, but maybe you're wanting some more content ideas to put in your videos, then you're gonna wanna check out my link in the description below, and it has 10 video ideas that have 10 times my social media leads. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know by liking it, subscribing, and sharing with anyone else you might find this beneficial for. Also, comment below with death to cold calling if you found this video helpful. Also, don't forget to check out my prior videos on 10 real estate generation lead ideas and real estate lead conversion success with video.